How's it going, everybody? This is Tommy Hill here from the Lions Den with your second show of the semester. As I was deciding about what topic to debate about, we here at the Lions Den came up with the idea of D3 basketball and the tournament that just finished up. Luke Tanner, Nate Royce, Justin Valleyjoe, and myself will bring you Piedmont student news, sports, and a student and faculty interview. After this short message will be Luke Tanner with the news around Piedmont College. We hope you enjoy the show. Reporting for PCTV, I'm Tommy Hill.
Every time you litter by tossing a water bottle, you are contributing to the problem. Of the 50 billion plastic water bottles sold last year, only 23% of them were recycled. These bottles don't just go away either. Water bottles take more than 1,000 years to deteriorate. Go to thewaterproject.org to learn ways in which we can save our planet for generations to come.
What's going on, Lions? I'm Luke Tanner here to give you the news all around Piedmont. Starting at the baseball field, the Piedmont men's baseball team wrapped up a 3-game conference matchup with the Huntington College Hawks. Piedmont took the series 2-1, with both wins coming in the first 2 games of the series on Friday and Saturday. Friday's game went into extra innings and ended in the 12th when sophomore Noah Heatherly hit a walk-off single to drive in the winning run, giving Piedmont the 3-2 victory. Saturday's game ended with the Lions winning off a passed ball at home plate. After just hitting a triple, junior Tyler Burdett scored the winning run for Piedmont after a wild pitch went right over the catcher's head, ending the game in a 3-2 Piedmont win. Sunday, Piedmont tried to sweep the Hawks in the series, but came up short after failing to complete their late-inning comeback, losing that game 8-6. The Lions' next home game will be Thursday, April 5th at 7 p.m. against the Maryville Scots. Over to the lacrosse field, the Lions had 2 players selected for USA South Athletes of the Week. Those 2 players were sophomores Chris Hadlow and Zach Shulada. Hadlow, named USA South Player of the Week, earned it by posting 10 points off 6 goals and 4 assists this past week. Shulada, named Defensive Player of the Week, played just over 110 minutes in the goal and finished with 17 saves and 9 goals allowed. Shulada leads the conference with 6.5 goals against the average and has 83 saves this season. Men's lacrosse next home game will be against Ferrum College on Saturday, March 21st at 2 p.m., so make sure to come out and support your Piedmont Lions. That's all the time I have for you today. Thanks for watching the Lions Den and the sports. I'm Luke Tanner with PCTV.
What's up, Piedmont? I'm Justin Valleyjoe, and I'm here to tell you why everything happened the way it did for D3 men's basketball this tournament. First off, it's March, and March is known for its madness, and that's why right off the bat, the number 2 seed, Washington University, was upset by Aurora in the first round off of a buzzer beater 3 after Washington University tied the game with 4 seconds left. Nebraska Wesleyan took care of business against Whitman because Whitman couldn't play any defense and hasn't played defense all year. Yes, they're the number 1 team in the country, and yes, they only lost once the entire year, but they just try to outscore teams, and it just didn't work in the Elite 8. At the beginning of the tournament, I would have never expected Springfield, Nebraska Wesleyan, Rapano, and University of Wisconsin Oshkosh to be in the Final Four. In my opinion, Nebraska Wesleyan University won the national championship because they did what they do best, and that is drain threes. They caught fire and never looked back, and University of Wisconsin Oshkosh couldn't stop the bleeding from downtown. One team that I expected that would do better was Hanover. They had an All-American on their team, Cam Fales, on the squad this year, and they made it to Elite 8 last year with basically the same exact team and without their center. They were upset in the first round after starting the game 11-0. Also, Keep in mind that Barry College, made it to the conference championship and won the conference championship after winning 10 games a whole season. Coming up after the commercial break, Tommy Hill's going to sit down with Piedmont assistant basketball coach Jake Brooks and talk all about D3 hoops. Reporting for the Lions Den, I'm Justin Valley Joe.
Dude, what is that? Spring Meadows. Dude, you're eating Tide Pods? Like detergent? Oh, that's my snack. You want one? No, I don't want one. Dog, that's my snack. Pods are not snacks, Carson.
Tide Pods are not snacks.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Tommy Hill here with your faculty interview or coach interview of the day. I'm here with assistant men's coach Jake Brooks. How you doing today?
Good. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, glad for you to be here. So, basically, our topic today is about the tournament, the basketball D3 tournament, and I'm just going to kind of get your input on it. I know that you said the final two teams were Oshkosh and I think
Nebraska Wesleyan.
Nebraska Wesleyan. So, what do you think Nebraska Wesleyan did to kind of, I guess, put themselves ahead of Oshkosh?
Yeah, coming into the tournament, they weren't, Nebraska Wesleyan wasn't even ranked.
Right.
And so it's just like the March Madness that we see going on with Division I basketball. Coming into the tournament, I guess they didn't think they were an underdog, but seen by others, I think they were. And once you win one or two games, like your confidence gets up and you get momentum on your side. And I didn't watch the championship game, but I imagine that their confidence level that they had built winning the games up to that point just really gave them the confidence and the momentum to win the championship game. And it's kudos to those guys and the team in that locker room.
Right. And so one of them played Maryville. Who played Maryville? Was it?
So Nebraska Wesleyan opened up with Maryville, and Maryville won our conference tournament. So, they got an automatic bid to the tournament, and they didn't know at the time that they were playing against the national champion. But so Maryville played them, and Nebraska Wesleyan got the ball rolling and took care of business. So.
That. And I guess to go back from your former question, you said brackets. Has your bracket been busted?
Man, my bracket is toast. But I think everybody else's bracket is done too, so
much.
I'm not alone. Now I'm hoping for good basketball games here to finish the stretch.
Who do you have to win the tournament?
I had Michigan State, and they lost, I believe, in the round of 32.
Right.
With the teams left, I think I'm gonna ride with Villanova.
Really?
I like Jalen Brunson, strong senior leadership there, and they have some other good pieces too, and they're well coached. So we'll see. With this tournament, you never know.
I'm a Dukesman myself. So
a lot of firepower, offensive firepower.
I'm telling you. So I guess a little bit about more D3 basketball, the off season. So Piedmont is getting ready, like in the transition phase, right? Seniors leaving. Y'all have Malik Aldugader. You have Valley Joe Asanesi, and I think Nick Ryan.
Nick
Ryan. So how are you going to fill those shoes?
That's a great question. Those guys, not just on the court but off the court, have been ambassadors for our program, and but it's a credit to our seniors that they've built a culture of leadership and of accountability. So we feel like while we'll miss those guys a lot on and off the court, and some of the things won't be able to be replaced, but culturally, the intangible stuff, we feel like they have passed on to the guys that are going to be coming back, and so we feel like we're going to work just as hard, and we got guys who can play and skill and that kind of thing, and so the knowledge that those guys who are graduating have passed on is invaluable to our program.
I got you. And who are you looking to, I guess, have come up for next season? Like, what younger players you have?
Yeah. So we have a lot of good pieces coming back on our team already. You look at Taylor Mills, who's going to be a senior for us, Marquise Lanier. Like, those guys have played a lot of minutes at college basketball, which is huge for us. And we definitely had some young guys that got some minutes this year as well, and we're looking for them to take on bigger roles next year. And and always we'll have some freshmen coming in as well who are just eager to get at it too. So I expect our next fall to be full of lots of competition, because kids want to play, and they're going to be really pushing each other in the fall, I think.
Definitely. Well, I appreciate your time and wish you good luck for the next season.
Yeah, sure thing. Thanks.
Thank you. Once again, that was assistant men's basketball coach Jake Brooks. Coming up right after my segment, my colleague Nate Roy sits down with Landry Asanesi to talk D3 basketball. So stay tuned. Reporting for the Lions Den, I'm Tommy Hill.
Nate Roy is here for the Lions Den Sports Report on PCTV, joined by senior point guard for the Piedmont men's basketball team, Landry Asanesi. How's it going today, Landry?
Pretty good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. D3 men's basketball tournament just wound up, and kind of a Cinderella story. Nebraska Wesleyan ended up winning the whole thing, and they weren't even in the top 25 going in.
Yeah, I tried following it the whole way through, and it was pretty surprising. Nebraska Wesleyan was, I think, the first team getting votes to get into the top 25, so they were pretty good, but I definitely didn't see them winning the whole thing.
Yeah, as we look at the bracket here, they beat the USA South representative in the tournament, Maryville, first round. Kind of a bad break for Maryville. They were a pretty good team all year. Ended up having to face the eventual national champs first round, ended up getting beat by 24.
Yeah, that should help them next year, Maryville, knowing they only lost to the national champion team by 24 points. So if they have a good season next year, that could help them.
Yeah, Nebraska Wesleyan, like we said, Cinderella story, on their way to the Final Four in the Elite Eight, beat the #1 team in the rankings, Whitman.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what March Madness is about. I mean, we're seeing that now in Division I even. I mean, not always the best team wins. It just comes down to one game, and it's not like a series. So, I mean, if you have an off night, it could go like that.
So let's talk about Piedmont. The women, of course, have been in the tournament the past 2 years, winning USA South Conference tournament. What do you think the men have to do to take that next step and get into the national tournament?
I don't think it's much. I think it's just little things. I really think I always tell my friends and my family that it's once they get past the first round, I think it's just going to open up for them. I think it's just that pressure on that first round game. That's what it's been the past 4 years since I've been here. But I don't think it's much. I think it's just minor details. I think they got a great group coming back, and I think they have a good chance next year in the conference to do something special.
Yeah, losing yourself, Justin's the all-time career leading rebounder here at Piedmont, Nick Ryan and Malik Abdul-Qadir. Some big shoes to fill. Who do you expect to step up next season for Piedmont?
Right off the top of my head, it comes to mind is Taylor Mills. Taylor was a big part this year and the year before. He's going to be a senior. I expect him to do big things. Then you have Marquise Laniers coming back as another returning starter. I think he's going to really fill some big shoes. And I think we got other seniors. You got Austin Young and you got Tarek who are going to step up and really help out and fill the roles. And then you got younger guys who are freshmen, sophomore, who are really going to step up as well and contribute. I mean, it's, as you go on and get older, you're really going to mature and become a better player.
Yeah, and Coach Neely's done a great job so far. He did win the national championship back when he was at, what school was that? Do you remember?
Warren Wilson.
Warren Wilson won it there, then came back to Piedmont. He was an assistant coach at Piedmont, left, went and won a championship, and now he's back. So hopefully he can get the ship right.
I think he does a great job. I think he gets the guys. I think he gets the most out of his guys. I think he really trusts them, and he's got great game plans. Sometimes we just catch a bad break on scouting reports, but I mean that's how it goes. Some guys make shots. Some guys, are off on certain nights.
All right. Well, Landry, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
No problem.
That's all the time we have for today. A special thanks to our guests, Landry Asanesi and basketball coach Jake Brooks. And thank you for watching as well. Thanks to my comrades Nate Royce, Justin Valleyjoe, and Luke Tanner with their segments for this episode. We here at the Lions Den have one final show to bring you, which will be April 18th. So if you like the 2 shows so far, we know you'll love the third one, hosted and produced by my cohort, Luke Tanner. Once again, thanks for tuning in, and we hope to see you again here at the Lions Den. Reporting for the Lions Den, I'm Tommy Hill.